Max and Min loved to draw, even when they were toddlers. Now they were older, the twins sometimes looked at their old scrapbooks, which were full of the pictures they drew when they were younger. These drawings were very two-dimensional, that is, flat-looking, like the road signs you see on the highway, or like the Aboriginal rock paintings they had seen in books, or even like the ancient Egyptian drawings they sometimes saw on TV. These days, the drawings Max and Min make are three-dimensional, that is, they have a depth to them that makes them look much more realistic. In video 3.6.7, the twins visited their Grandad in his architectural office, where he showed them how different kinds of 3D shapes are used in all kinds of buildings, including rectangular prisms, spheres, cones and cylinders, and even pyramids. They remembered that day for another interesting and very useful thing their Grandad showed them. This, he had said, pulling out a sheet of paper, is isometric grid paper. It has a lot of parallel lines on it, running in 3 different directions. We can use it to easily draw rectangular and triangular prisms and cubes. First, we draw a 2D shape on the grid lines, which will become one face of a rectangular prism. 2D shapes are drawn in 2 directions, length and width, or length and height. We create 3D objects by adding a third direction, depth. To do that, we use the isometric grid lines to draw parallel lines of the same length from the corners of the 2D shape. When we join their ends, they become the other sides of the 3D prism. Presto! We now have depth and a rectangular prism. Grandad then drew a cube exactly the same way, this time using edges of all equal length. Finally, he drew a triangular prism in a similar way on the isometric grid paper using a 2D triangle as the first face of the prism. From that day on, Max and Min liked to practice drawing 3D objects, sometimes using different kinds of grid paper. As well as the prisms, the twins practiced drawing pyramids, cylinders, and cones. The most common pyramids have a 3 or 4-sided base, which is where they started their drawing. Next, for each pyramid, they marked a spot above the middle of the base, and then they finished by drawing straight lines up from the corners of the base to the point above, which became the apex of each pyramid. To draw a cone, first sketch an oval, which is like a flattened circle. Exactly above the center of the oval, mark a point, then draw straight lines between the 2 ends of the oval up to the point where the lines meet to form the apex of the finished cone. Cylinders are also quite simple to draw. Start with an oval, then draw another equal oval directly above the first one. To finish the cylinder, we just draw 2 straight lines to join the ends of the ovals. Max and Min loved to draw on paper with or without grid lines, but they also enjoyed drawing 3D objects on their laptop, often combining different shapes to create new designs. Practice drawing on paper 3D objects such as prisms, pyramids, cones, and cylinders, sometimes using different kinds of grid paper. Then try drawing them on a tablet or laptop. Now you can watch this video again or try the quiz and look at the chart that comes with this video.